she'll discover just how much her life was missing.
There's something new up.
Has
Don't know
anyone
what
ever
this is
told
about.
you you're a really good baker?
The store. I'm not sure what they're
Has
advertising,
anyone
but
ever
it seems
told
to
you
be
you're more
very
adorable than the
crystals.
custom emotes you can use in Critical Role's professionally moderated chat?
Okay, I think I know what they're.
Happy Valentine's Day.
This holiday season, or that holiday season, or whatever holiday season it might be.
What is it?
Void Tech is going to foreclose on the horse ranch.
I can't do that. Not on the 4th of July. With the proceeds from our wholesome Halloween haunted house, we can raise enough money to save the horse ranch from your greedy company, Mr. Fatstacks.
Damn you, Mistletoe. If it hadn't been for your big city business savvy, I would have been able to fool those small town provincial bumpkins.
We may be provincial, but we have values. Like watching episodes of Critical Role before they go on YouTube with a Twitch subscription.
Fiddle faddle.
Stand up.
Well, let me just say, I do not own or associate with Critical Role. His YouTube channel, right? And he has an all-in-person
Make every day a holiday.
sharing with our fans.
Boop. No.
And give the gift of love.
Is this?
Never. So
Subscription to
I'm guessing this is
Critical
gonna be.
I can
He's
gift
showing
this
this
with
for a
my
while
Twitch
instead of
subscription. Critical Role.
it's the Marisha thing, or
Yes.
Laura Bailey is Holly Mistletoe.
Don't be violent. That's not romantic.
Travis Willingham is Seamus O'Shamrock. And featuring Sam Riegel as Maximilian Fatstacks in A Holiday Subscription for Love. The Ballad of Mistletoes and Shamrocks, Part 2.
but let's see. Well, they're in. I had it before, but I said bloody ad just. I really gotta read through my copy of Caldori Revolt. Now for part 2 of episode 42 of Critical Role.
Welcome back.
Because we love you so much.
I know.
From our heart.
That was for us.
And our Gucci's.
I know. So, returning to where we were, the fresh evening air in the city of Eos. Here, in the center of Lake Coron, you've disembarked from the Silver Sun in the skyport far above this part of the city, and watch as Xandus and crew go ahead and engage with what appears to be the there it is, the port captain of this portion of the city. As you begin to step along, you can see There's not a whole lot of business happening. The one other ship that's docked has probably been long docked here, and other than a few individuals that are keeping looks out and a few armored figures that are just kind of guarding the upper portion of the skyport, you do see a female half-elf that comes up dressed in what looks to be like a nice light blue robe that kind of flows behind as she approaches.
I heard there's like
platinum blonde hair that kind of almost forms a bubble helmet around her head as she kind of glides up to Xandus and the rest of you and goes,
"Oh, hello, welcome to EOS.
Oh boy.
What's your business here and how long?
Oh
will you be
dear.
staying?"
Oh my god.
I love her. It's a personal attack on me and my home state. What's your name, young miss?
I'm Port Captain Lirios. I'm looking over the port as its captain. As the title.
Lirios or Larios?
Lirios.
Lirios.
Once again, I ask, what is your business here and how long will you be staying?
and Captain Dennis goes, I imagine we're probably not staying too long.
No, I don't think we will be. Oh, well, we were hoping to just do some learning at the seminary.
Do you have an approximation as to how long your ship's gonna be docked in here?
Few days, I think, right?
Week at the absolute maximum, but probably not even near that.
Well, we have daily rates for docking here in this skyport, and we also have a weekly rate. So, if you want to pay in advance, it's cheaper if you get the entire weekly rate as a bulk, and we could take it day to day from there if you think you're going to be staying around long enough. Otherwise, you're looking at about 10 gold a day docking fee, or about 50 for the entire week.
Can we up the week before the end of the first week and just get weeks in a row and just keep stacking that, or does it just go daily after the first week?
No, if you come and make sure that before the week is out that you want to go ahead and re-up for a secondary week, we can go ahead and make the adjustments accordingly.
Okay. It's good to know.
Let's just go for the week.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, and who's the captain of this ship?
Captain
Xandus.
Xandus.
That would be me, but they're the owners, so the money's from them.
Very well. I will accept your 50 gold purchase of your week-long time docking here in EOS.
Here you are.
Thank you kindly.
You got all of it? Sure.
I
mean, thanks.
With that, the port captain begins to assign people to go ahead and watch the ship to do a quick look over of the immediate contents to ensure nothing gets taken, everything stays in check as they go ahead and do their own passes on it. With that, Xandus kind of walks past. All right, I guess the night is ours. So you haven't been here. Let me take you into the lounge. Come on, let me show you. With that, Xandus kind of, head glowing from the nearby torchlight, from their smooth tiefling head, the horns kind of curve behind, leads you down a what looks to be a slightly domed entryway, that leads into a staircase below the skyport top. Upon walking inside the staircase, you can immediately smell, it's almost like a mixture of lavender perfumes and a bit of pipe smoke immediately kind of hits you as you begin to traverse below. And you can already hear the sounds of chatter and conversation, laughter, and what sounds like music from the interior.
I slowly just start hanging back, walking slower.
Okay. Heading down to the interior of the lower chamber within, you can see now there is a low-lit sitting area. The top of this tower, where the skyport is built onto it, has a number of windows that overlook the beautiful city around you, and there are tables that are pressed up against them to the sides. You can see there are large, heavy, cushioned sitting spaces, and there are tables everywhere, and already you can see there are a number of musicians kind of set to different corners, just kind of taking on their own little moods. People can find the space that best befit them. It's a very nice interior in here. It's probably not the least expensive place to stay, but it definitely has one of the best views you can imagine, even just glancing out the sides. And just looking about the clientele here, there is definitely an affluent air to the inside of this chamber. Nobody seems to pay mind to your arrival at the moment. They're too busy with their own business and conversations. But you do see a handful of tables out there where there is a deep red texture across the top, and you can see there are dealers set up for various games of chance. There appears to be a a bar towards the back end where there are two individuals who are wearing these similarly colored, kind of light blue and gold-trimmed vests as to the port captain's attire. They're in the process of serving individuals as they come by. Probably about 20 or so people in this lounge at the moment. And it looks like it does spiral down to a lower floor. There's about 12 or so up here, and there's a spiral staircase that descends to a lower part of the tavern, which you can kind of look over into the inside, and that's where the rest of the lounge continues deeper into the tower.
Did you say, apropos of nothing, is this tower that we're on, the skyport's on, are we in the lowest tier of the lake or the highest tier?
This right here, from what you can tell, would be the middle one.
The middle one, okay.
Yes.
It's called the Lakeport Skyport?
The Lake Cap Skyport.
Lake Cap Skyport and Lounge and Casino and Tavern.
Those are insinuated in the title.
Turn to Imogen. This place is really fucking loud. Do you want a drink? I'm gonna get a drink.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be over.
How heavy of a drink?
Not.
Oh, I'm gonna do a thing. Okay.
Are you all right, darling?
Oh, of course. Yeah, we just
I can't help it. The moment we landed, you've been a bit listless.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, we've been out in nature for quite a while now, so it's just, it's strange to come back into something new. You know, and yeah, I mean, my mom could potentially be here. I just, it's strange. The city's just so beautiful, and I just feel so scared of it.
Well, you got some company.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not going to stop being afraid of the moment, but...
Do you want to reach out to her again, or maybe wait until we know more about what we're doing?
Maybe when we're not here. But yeah, I think I probably should. She might not even be here. She might not even say if she is, you know. Plus, we have the seminary to look into.
Which she's been to?
Yeah, that's how I found out she was even connected to all this. There was an essay written by one of the professors there that included her.
Well, then maybe answers are right around the corner for you.
Yeah.
And I think it's smart to be cautious. You know, it's easy to get charmed by appearances, but to your point, we know what's going on.
Speaking of folks who we don't know might be here, do you want to check that orb?
Oh, yes!
Pull it out and look under the orb. It appears dark. There is no sign of a glow nearby.
I hate not knowing if she got rid of the tracker or if...
I come up with a tray of various glasses and just start handing them out. There's a big frozen weird copper thing with ginger for you. Something they called a corpse reviver. I don't know. Good luck. I just bought it.
Works.
What if it works?
We could have gone here the whole time.
A weird little cup of apparently what are like some chips you can use in these things, but they're made of metal. So here you go. It's just a bunch of. I don't know, but it's got a straw that does some weird shit.
Oh, what a fun little
A
thing.
weird little lavender martini thing with a I don't even know what kind of fruit. What was apparently a very nice pale ale, and then I just asked for something that tastes like liquor and leather, and this is apparently what it is, and it's
Ashton, this is so thoughtful.
I smell it from here. Thank you, Ashton.
Yeah, no problem. I needed a drink, and since, you know, went in...
Big old softy.
Where'd Xandus go?
Oh, you heard?
Xandus is currently off to the side of a table and is playing what looks to be a dice game with their like large kind of over-the-shoulder sack onto the side of the table where they're at, and they're currently engaged with like three other people at the table and the dealer.
Does anyone fancy a game of gambling or whatever?
Yes. No. I mean, no.
Well, we should try, right? Well, I don't know.
It can be a very...
I'm guessing we're staying here. Seems like we're staying here.
Feels like it's easy.
All right. And anything looking interesting about these people? I don't know. I was gonna take a look and then I didn't.
Woo. What about? I meant to say not just having. Yeah. Orm only sips at his ale and is definitely looking for fuckery.
What if there's are there any games that are around that where there's lots of people congregated that maybe we could chat up and get some information about the place?
Yeah, plus if you spend enough money, sometimes they comp you a room. Hook you up with a dope-ass suite, give you all sorts of shit, get you all liquored up so you spend more.
Of course Chetna would know about
What are you talking
casinos.
about, of course. Not allowed in some places.
We know.
What's your game? What's your
Anything with
cards?
dice or colors or cards.
That's all of them, I think.
Yeah.
Spells? I assume that would be your thing too. I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah.
How can
Think
you
about that.
count cards by smelling them?
That
would be awesome.
First time for anything.
Like first, you mark them real quick and then slip them back into the deck.
You gotta keep the cards on the table.
Oh, okay.
You just give a little squirt to each one.
Oh, it smells like a 16. There's no 16 in the deck of cards.
This is Exandria.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Or are we being low key or are we making a splash? What's the plan?
Spend his money.
I
Comp
don't
room.
think it's good to make a splash
Low
anywhere
key,
with
please.
things the way they are.
All right.
I think we should, maybe get something to eat, share a drink, and then we're gonna lodge here. Sure, play a game. Sure.
I'll look for a like a back table that's kind of away for the crowd from the crowds for Imogen.
Okay.
And
Easy enough to find. It looks like this place is designed to house upwards a healthy 60 to 100 people at peak party atmosphere, and there's maybe about 20 total, so it's a little sparse at this hour.
Okay. Get a table in the back. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make Pate just hold the fort for us.
Don't worry, I'm watching it for you.
Good boy.
No one will sit at this table.
Does it look like there's anyone to worry about in here?
Make a perception check.
2 6s, 15. Not that great. 15.
15. Glancing around, the clientele is quite varied. You can see there are some in, various elements of Marquesian garb. You can see some folk that are wearing clothing that look like they probably are from either a Silra or Wildmount. They're definitely not from around here. Everyone here is dressed well. There's definitely an air of presenting their wealth, whether it be through jewelry, attire, or both. And as you, especially with your passive perception, which is now 29, you catch all manner of scents through the air.
Wait, his perception is what?
There is definitely a battle of the perfumes and colognes within this chamber, and the scents very much befit the ostentatious presentation of each individual as you pass by. But you watch as many folks who are playing games are also very much, keeping tabs on each other.
What?
The air seems to be both jovial and with a subterranean layer of business and kind of gathering the essence of the others in the space around it.
Rounders in here.
Level
You do
16
also see
characters
there
aren't gay around him.
Armored guards, 4 of them within the chamber, 2 up the top, 2 in the bottom, that are just kind of keeping to the back. They look like they have heavy maces that hang from belt loops on one side.
Like I think there's like
shield on the other.
99.9% of the population
They all have
of Alexandria
kind of light half cloaks
can
over the shoulders that have the
probably
same kind of
has a chance at rolling
blue with gold
a
trim
successful self against him.
coloration as to what you saw.
I mean,
wearing.
it doesn't
And
have
they're
a
just kind
chance.
of
So, like,
keeping an eye, making sure that
like
nothing
only like
untoward happens.
0.1% of the population, maybe.
I'm excited to actually see like a little bit.
It's
There's
far
some,
less.
flowy pale.
There were another table like erupts as someone like throws down a hand, and people like bang the table, laugh, clap the shoulder of the winner, and they go back into the next setup.
There's stairs going up and down, aren't they?
Yes, there are 2 floors to the lounge.
I'm gonna go to floor 2 really quick. Just check it out. Anybody want to?
Oh.
You can both.
We'll both go join you.
It's one or the other. I can't take both.
But you guys gonna be okay? Everyone's got such serious faces.
We're just gonna be real quick. We're gonna check it out.
Fine. We're great. Go.
I'm gonna order some calamari.
From a casino? That's one way to go.
The shellfish is great.
Didn't we just get over the -1 to all your skills? You really just want to go right back to that? Right back to that.
Maybe they're a lake squid. I don't know.
Get some breakfast sushi while you're at it, Jesus.
We're going upstairs with Ashton.
Downstairs or
downstairs? I mean, it's
Downstairs.
down.
you guys are upstairs. They're going
We're going downstairs with Ashton.
I'm going to be a little inappropriately fast on those stairs because that's what stairs are for.
Okay, yeah. Kind of clamber down.
Really fast.
You know, just hop over everyone. You know.
Yeah. No, the lower floor is a little more dense. There's maybe like 3 more people here than there were above. But being closer to the base of the tower, though, you're still a little ways up. There's probably a number of floors below you, but the lounges are very much kind of the apex before you get to the skyport.
There's
you can see there is one table. Actually, there are 2 tables that are people playing card games. There are 3 tables with some sort of a dice game, and the rest of them are just open tables or folks that are in the process of having a conversation while sharing drinks.
It's just more of the same, I suppose.
You want to play something?
Downstairs. Do they have dice upstairs too, or no?
Though they had it, yeah, like varies.
I'm saying it's a little more crowded. This is just a bit more people. Do we want to? We're trying to keep it low key, right?
It doesn't matter. We're in a totally different city.
I mean, well, let's hop upstairs and play some fucking dice.
Okay.
Too many people.
Carry me up the stairs. It's easier.
I just pick him up.
All right. So you drag them up the steps with you.
You want to?
Well, yeah, but maybe give me a second.
Yeah. Do you need a distraction?
Can I? Yeah. Just gotta take a shit.
Just a little pellet trail leading through the casino.
Burn! No!
Can I look around and see if there's anyone watching us? And...
That's a good call. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Come on, Fern. Big roll. Cry.
Natural 1.
Damn it! Get out.
That's what happens when you demand it.
You have never felt more stealthy and unseen in a public space before. You could accomplish anything, and nobody would see you.
She's standing in the middle of the room, spinning in circles. Yeah.
He's on the table.
Taller than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, you need to get off the table.
You look like a deer in candlelight. What's going on?
Deer and candle.
Well, there's no headlights. I have to do something.
No, it's great.
I was just looking around and I don't think anybody can see us.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll go with it.
Be yourself. Do
I mean,
your thing.
nobody's paying attention to us.
So what do you want to try?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if isn't now the time to play the game. I just want to.
Yeah, we can play the
make
game.
sure that maybe we all stick together.
I
Keep
think we
eyes
should
on
stick
each
with
other?
you. Yes.
Well, should we go back upstairs and play the game, or do you want to play the game?
I think you just cut loose. What happens in the lake cap?
You came down here too.
Skyport Lounge stays in the lake cap. Skyport Lounge.
And tavern. And tavern and casino.
Etc.
I mostly just wanted to make sure that everything was, there wasn't anything, weird going on here. Anyone would recognize anything like that.
Play a game.
Oh, we can
You wanna
play.
play a game. Play a game.
Well, just hold your horses a minute. Should we just, get a lay of the land here?
Let's do a little walkabout.
Okay.
Let's do a little walkabout.
Okay, let's do a walkabout.
Let's do a
because
walkabout.
We're totally.
Nonchalantly, we're going to
Shielded
walk
right now.
through, and I'm going to try and squeeze
As we
through
walk
the crowd.
around, I'm gonna detect thoughts. Just general.
Hell yeah.
General
Idea.
detect thoughts.
General vibe. Okay.
Focusing on the players at some of the tables.
I'm going to be muscle. I'm going to look like muscle.
Okay. So as you walk through, you can pick up surface thoughts and like bits of conversation that are like too muddled to really pick up with your passive perception, but you kind of pick up the thoughts of the mind. One person's discussing, saying, Stevens is complaining about something hunting the depths of the wine-pebbled shore, scaring off all the fish and wrecking their yields. I personally wonder if it's an excuse for poor effort, honestly. You kind of drift past another mind.
Task has been added to your mission.
Another mind says, oh, the solstice is coming up. I've already arranged a viewing party for our friends at the estate. Another one says, I heard there were Stratos spies caught outside of Dome. Such intrigue. Let's keep an ear out and see if we can invest in arms and supplies just in case. It makes for a good opportunity. And you're just getting this kind of smattering of thoughts and just people having conversations, and definitely there's an air of like societal presentation and business wheeling and dealing outside of the mindset of just playing games.
These are all thoughts you're picking up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take a double decker in a bathroom.
Why?
Shouldn't have had those oysters. But yeah, there are
3-tiered lake.
Yeah, double decker is the first and second tiers.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
In the back, in the front, and on.
Oh, he's rolling.
I didn't know. I didn't think it. That person over there did.
Jeez.
Strato spies?
What are you talking about?
Sorry,
Stratos?
I'm listening to some thoughts.
Oh,
I
shut
thought-
up
So
then.
the Stratos throne, I thought, rules this area. So why would there be Stratos spies here?
Stratos Throne is the Talent Highlands to the west.
Oh.
They were at war with Asia.
Oh, got it.
So is it still just tense then, maybe?
Yeah, it's off and on tense. It's been 20 years of a truce.
I'm gonna saunter up to one of the guards.
You approach a half giant, wearing the shoulder pauldrons, bit of like chain.
How big is
the
a half giant?
Of course, the kind of half cloak over it. The helmets here are interesting because they're almost like skull caps that kind of curl up past the ear into these almost tusk-looking blades, to almost mimic like tusks on the head itself. And you can see like a lot of the, majority of the guards themselves. You can see the four that are in here. Two of them are full orc. One of them looks to be a hardy-looking dwarf, and the half-giant that you approach. You just kind of stand in there, barrel-chested, a bit of a wide torso, the squat, thick legs, armored up, and just kind of gives you a glance as you approach.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm new to town, and I just wanted to see if there was anything I should watch out for, anything going on that you're like, oh my goodness, you being here alone, you should watch out for it.
I mean, you should always keep a hand on your coin purse.
Sure. That's people take stuff all the time.
If you're looking to charter a boat, maybe take a few options and then choose the cheapest.
Oh, that's good advice.
This time of year, I would maybe avoid the oysters.
Shit. Okay.
Too late. About the cemetery.
Do I hear you in the head?
No, I'm just next to you.
How about the how about the seminary? Is it
The Adinlin Seminary?
that's one more time?
The Adinlin Seminary.
Yes, that's what it was. I was just making sure you were thinking of the same one that I was.
You're a student. You're here to learn.
I'm a professor.
Oh, my apologies.
That's okay.
You're a professor of the seminary.
Well, no, I'm a traveling professor, and I'm here to go to there.
Go to there.
Make a deception check.
Roll deception, Liz Lemon.
What am I doing?
Deception.
Low
10.
rolls are for
10, okay. He goes, okay. Well, you can, you're welcome to go to the seminary. Do you know where to find it?
No. Where do I go?
It's in the Dominion Ring.
It's
the
in the
northernmost ring.
Dominion Ring, I see.
Kind of to the southwest of the seat of Valor.
What are all the rings called?
It's so clever that they named the calamari the Dominion Rings.
We're above the Endeavor Ring right now, the Central Ring. It's the more business-oriented portion of the city. Merchant Island, marketplaces. There's the Dominion Ring to the north, and to the south is the Venture Ring. That's the more heavily urban neighborhoods, fishing docks, and the large harbor that goes to the Lapis outlet and off to the ocean. But welcome.
Thank you.
Professor.
And where? Thank you, Calloway, Professor Calloway.
Professor Calloway.
Dark arts.
Where did you get your hat?
And it begins.
They're part of the central uniform. It is given out as the end of training. It's essentially within the city.
Oh, okay.
So it was gifted. It's part of my job.
Oh, so you got it. You didn't have to pay for it. You just got it for free.
Correct. I do not actually own it.
Oh.
The city owns it. I am merely borrowing it as a.
Oh, I think she's asking because she wants to steal it.
Nothing retire. I think I do get to keep it.
That's pretty cool. That's a nice little gift at the end of things. All right, well, I guess that's it. That's all I was thinking of.
I actually,
You did
Professor
great.
Calloway, if you don't mind.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna. Hi, I work for Professor Calloway. I'm gonna have a lot of free time while she's busy.
You
with
work
work.
for the professor.
I don't know.
Yeah, more as a lifting things, moving them. I'm well aware. Is there something fun to do in town that's a little more or less this? Something rough and tumble, place that absolutely cannot be missed. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get back here again. Like, that's why I took the trip. It's crazy.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
You're asking the cops where to go for
Fuck yeah, I am.
Where can I go to get in trouble?
I don't know if it's not even trouble. I just want to know if there's fucking friendships. 14.
He's basically trying to find the nearest fight club.
There's not many places to get into rough and tumble.
Well,
if that's what you're asking.
And just
This
not
is a
stuffy.
place of learning. This is an illuminated cityscape.
So like a good view, then. Just something I can take home.
Steps aside and gestures to the window about 5 feet from him that overlooks a beautiful view of the
It
city.
does look, yeah. These people just make me a little stuffy. Okay.
Can you step outside?
Excuse me, where do you get your drugs?
Actually, spice. No. All right.
We did great.
Yeah.
Good luck, Professor Calloway.
Honestly, the seats are not meant for.
Do you plan on gambling?
I've already lost 100 gold.
I have an idea.
I'm on deck.
Maybe make that back.
I'm all ears.
You see, I'm not really. I love games, but I haven't really gambled much because most places I go into, if I ever try to gamble, they'd be like, hag, get out, But
There was a hag in there?
well,
Hag?
it's,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there was always hag.
There was always
People was
yeah.
out in town.
But, you see, Pate. Hi, Pate. We've been chatting a little bit because he's got a little special ability where he can go invisible. And I can see through Pate's eyes, and then I could send you messages. So, just, if there's anything in terms of, like, looking at other people's cards, or looking to stack the deck, as they say in the gambling world. Do they say that? I don't know, but I'm really excited. I'm sorry.
Is anybody listening to us talk?
Yeah, I know. As you say that, I'm
Yes,
going to
I
say
mean,
in Laga's
very-
head, maybe you should talk a little quieter.
Oh boy.
Just throwing it out.
Oh boy.
I'm in. How long does Pate stay like that?
I believe.
I like that.
Turn invisible.
Staring at the table for a second.
Oh. Until he attacks anything. So he just stays like that.
Oh, he just sort of just disappeared for a while.
What
It's
about the
great.
talking? Can you make sure he doesn't do that?
Well, I think we can communicate. Well, he doesn't have to talk at all. He just has to see.
Okay, let's
And
do
I
it.
can see through his eyes.
Although, I'm mindful of getting kicked out the first night, the first hour of us being here.
So we just.
Leaving over, okay?
Yep. Pretty much.
Well, it's up to you. The option is there.
Imogen and Orm are halfway into a game of dots and boxes, just listening to this conversation.
Yeah, listening to everything happen.
Yeah.
Just shaking our heads
Yeah.
in unison.
So, Orm, you do note, with your passive perception of infinity,
that she's cheating at dots and boxes?
yes, there is that.
It's
Deeply.
only because I can read his thoughts and know exactly where
Yeah,
he's
it
going
is.
to go next.
You are one of the worst people to play those sort of games with.
Go ahead.
Got you through school.
Yeah,
Real popular.
no problem.
Yeah, she can just read that.
Yeah, she just
That's
kill
probably
it, poker.
easier.
Yeah, I
she
was
just smash.
gonna say, but
But yeah, the two sentries that are keeping guard here are definitely keeping an eye on the strange crew that just arrived and are kind of like
That's us.
bouncing around. That's you.
Yes.
Yeah. They're not like aggressive, but they're definitely like they're looking over the room and then checking in on y'all. Looking over the room and checking in on y'all. Like you're the new kids and you don't really dress like a lot of the other clientele, so they're just keeping an eye.
I write that above the dots and boxes game so that Imogen knows.
I would tell you this: most gambling, it's usually against the house, and the dealers they don't really know what what they're even playing with. It's kind of takes the human factor out of it. So unless we sit down for like a
long time.
some kind of a game that's against somebody else.
in your head you hear, just so you know, I don't think it's the smartest idea to cheat. Maybe tonight, just Orem has let us know that the guards are definitely watching us and
Whose head are you in?
plotting us.
Apparently we're drawing focus.
Seminosuga disappearing.
No, hang on. Hold. I love the enthusiasm. Love the tenacity. You're so good. Maybe it's a bad idea to cheat tonight, but maybe tomorrow night.
It's on.
All right.
Yeah,
Once they're more used to us.
we'll scout for some marks.
I like it.
Yep.
I assume are coming up by now.
Sure.
Guards are dicks. Just saying.
At any point while keeping a one eye on the guards, have they been speaking to each other at all?
No.
Okay. They're just both eyeballing us?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just mindful of the new clientele.
Doing their job.
So we're not playing anything? Is that what's happening?
Oh no, go play.
Go play a game.
We're here for the night. I mean,
I'll
we will
play.
be once we get a.
I want to hit some dice.
I'll play a round of something. I've never done this ever.
What kind of games do we see?
The two games you see available here, and there's a few tables to run on. There's Griffin's Wall, which is a dice-based game in which the dealer and the player roll 2d10, and they can hit and roll another 2d10 to try and see who gets the closest to 21 without going over.
Nice.
From the payout. And there's Fork of the Storm, which is a variant of the Gambit of Ord, which is a card game in which the dealer and players all roll a d8 but keep it hidden. They then get to allow a raise, call, or fold. Then everyone publicly rolls a d6, can go another round of bets, and then whoever's still in then publicly rolls a d4. Final betting round, and then everyone reveals the d8 that they originally rolled, tally them up, and the highest number wins the round.
Wow.
Doubles on any of the dice get to roll an additional d4 at the end and add it to the value.
Doubles on any of the dice. You mean like you got a 6 and a 6 between
Correct.
the different dice?
And where are the slots? The unicorn slots.
Enchanted Unicorn, Wheel of Fortune.
Right, no, those are the loves outside of
Ghostbusters.
Reno.
Werewolf and the Winch.
Chad Nietzsche spends the next 7 hours going, come on, baby, come on.
You son of a bitch, head!
Big old plastic bucket just filled with coppers.
I'm gonna play all 3 of these!
That's Reno right there.
I could get down with Fork of the Storm.
Yeah, let's go fork some storms.
Maybe they'll give us like a salmon sandwich if we all sit for a minute.
Lake salmon.
With cream cheese, baby. And cucumber slices.
So Fork of the Storm, Griffin's what? Griffin's
Griffin's Wall.
Griffin's Wall. And then what was that one?
That's it.
Fork of the Storm?
Fork of the Storm. Fork of the Storm.
I think I've got the brain for Griffin's Wall.
Which
I don't
one
know
was
if I
the
have
more
the brain for Fork of the
complicated?
Storm.
Bjork of the Storm.
Fork of
Fork
the Storm.
of the
Storm.
Storm.
Fjork of the Storm, yeah.
Yes.
Fork of the Storm.
2, please,
Fork
for
in the Born.
Fork of the Storm.
3, please, for Fork of the Storm.
The dealer at the table, this kind of nicely groomed, maybe like early 20s human man, very, very short, dark hair, kind of somewhat tanned skin, wearing the similar attire as the other dealers at the tables, kind of looks over. Ah, of course. That's the 50 gold buy-in each.
That's
In,
really
50 gold,
high.
bam!
This is a very expensive casino.
I don't have any money.
I got F.C.G. boom.
So 50 gold, 50 gold.
Right. Do you want 50
and
gold?
50 gold.
I'll go back and sit down and finish dots and squares.
Actually, can you give me an extra 25?
What?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks.
Wait, I kind of want to buy in too.
Feel
50
free.
gold.
50 gold.
I'm going Griffin because I don't understand how this game fucking works.
All right.
Drink my corpse reviver and watch. And think I've had a cheat.
So now, everyone, take out your d8s. Roll them and then cover them with your hand.
Okay. Right now?
Yep.
Secret roll. Secret rollies.
Secret rollies.
Who wants to raise, fold, or call?
We going this way?
Yeah.
Call.
Wait, is there an ante? It's 50?
It's 50.
The ante's 50.
And you can,
Okay.
you can
A
add-
check, essentially.
I'm going to take my other 25 in chips and sort of hold it in my hand. Changebringer, what should I do? And I'm going to cast divination.
What the fuck?
It's a 4th level spell.
Oh my god!
It consumes 25 gold pieces worth of
Oh my god.
of something.
Bam! Odahan crashes through the skyline.
All right. Hold on.
This is just the chaos.
Okay. As you feel the coins kind of evaporate in your grasp.
They're the component?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Web.
Amazing.
I don't know.
I meant to tell you there's a 20% vig on this investment I put in.
Money means nothing to me.
30%.
Okay. Changebringer. I rolled a 3. What should I do? What should I do?
The whispered winds of the Changebringer drift through your mind. And you feel like a calm summer breeze that drifts through the fields of grass. The grass that, freshly cut, reminds you of your namesake. And the sound of the wind goes...
I'm going to fold.
You can just.
Does that mean I get my 50
You can
back?
just check.
I'll just check.
No one's
I'll
raised yet.
Okay, I'll check. I'll check.
Ignore the Changebringer.
Hey, Changebringer, suck it.
Let
it ride.
Call a raise.
I would like to raise.
Oh, shit.
How much you raise?
25 gold.
All right.
I'm out.
Not yet. It's not your turn. No.
I'll use this to cover it for now. All right.
You.
So, a dealer puts another
Matches?
25. Matches.
I'll match.
Now?
No, not yet.
Yeah, now you
Now. Do it now. I'm just kidding.
I'm folding. Praise me.
All right. Everyone roll a d6 publicly now. Dealer has a 3.
Let's see what I would have gotten.
A D6 publicly?
Mm-hmm.
A 5.
Okay. 3 on the dealer's side.
6.
All right. So, call, raise.
A check.
I raise.
Yes, you do.
Okay. How much do you raise?
25 gold.
Okay.
Trying to get an even 100 gold.
You got it.
You saw a tell just.
I know.
The dealer
Chaos. Straight fire.
dealer meets it.
Balls too.
I'll raise 100 gold.
Whoa!
Big
Sexual tension. This is sexual tension.
Shit.
It's only big dogs at this table. Arf, arf.
Oh, you
He's
just a
bluffing, right?
I'm a little wolf over here.
I think he's bluffing.
Nailed it.
He's
Well,
got blubbing.
I would like to
Burned it off the
try.
table.
Stop standing in the booth.
I would like to try to sleight of hand.
Okay, okay.
And put my 8 to an 8. My die.
Oh, the first die?
The first die.
Okay. To fudge the number.
Roll a sleight of
I would
hand
like
check
to
for
fudge
me.
the number.
Come on,
At
come
the
on.
table that the dealer's sitting at, and the pit bosses are
Letting you know,
watching.
this is a relatively high challenge.
Well, this is the end of us.
This is this. We're gonna put the DC of this at a 22.
22.
Yeah.
Because you're right there in front of a dealer. There's literally watching your hand as you do this.
Have to roll.
We're getting fucking rolled out of
Hold
here.
on, hold on.
Watch this.
Please be a natural one.
That's only. I would have to roll a 17 or higher. Okay, I'm gonna leave it.
Doable.
It's doable.
Don't you guys taunt me like this.
Do it. Do it.
I wish I
Is it
triple.
10%?
Wish I could do guidance.
10
I
plus
don't know if
triple
she's doing
fawn
it.
dare you.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay. It works.
What'd
Rolled
you
an
get?
18.
Okay. So do you
Monster.
Wow. Really was.
you meet his raise, or do you raise yourself?
Oh yeah, he raised 100.
2 platinum.
Thank you, Changebringer.
So it's an extra 20 on top. So you meet his and then do an extra 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Is the dealer matching?
The dealer
She said
matches.
2 platinum.
So she said 25. He said 100. She threw down 2 platinum. What does that mean?
100 and 2
She's up. She's up. Did you meet and then raise another 2
So
platinum?
100,
saying.
25,
Yeah.
120.
I'll
That's where we're at
call.
right now.
I'll call you. I'll
All
see
right.
that action.
So there we go. So you put another 20 into it. Got it.
You don't want to put another 5 gold in to make it an even 200 at the table.
Is that what's missing?
5 gold, 5 schmeasly little gold.
No, I like these numbers.
So we were 440 in the pot currently.
Dog.
All right, everyone. Roll your last die.
Just want to see what it would have been.
Oh.
It's a 4. It's D4.
D4.
Oh, D4.
Yeah. Dealer's at a 2.
Ow, 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 ow. Oh, damn. That's really good.
1. Oh no.
Still might not. Right?
Okay. Everyone reveal.
All the die?
Yep.
What's the total number?
He rolled.
3 start.
8,
Oh, balls.
6.
Dealer roll balls.
What'd you get, Chat? Wait, what was it?
That was the
Best
top.
you can do.
That's the best
1.
you can roll.
Max? You got Max?
You got Max.
Into the spider's web you played.
All right, so that puts you at 18.
I know.
16.
16.
In the history of the show.
Dealer is at an 8, but doubles gets to add another D4, which is at a 2, so it's a 10, which is doubles, gets to roll another.
Wait, what? Why is he
D4,
gonna...
isn't that? Oh, that's a crazy D4.
Wait, doubles get to roll more?
Mhm.
Wait, what?
Doubles get to add D4s at the end, so there's a chance to continue to explode at the end.
I forgot about that part.
Oh, shit.
So what did you get total?
The total will be 11, so still no.
Wow.
So Chetney wins.
Good
So that's 635 gold
Good game.
in the pot total. Because everybody
correct.
put 50 in.
Yeah, that's
3 people put 100.
Yeah, that's
3
fine.
people
Oh,
put
definitely
25.
has
3
to
people put
now.
20.
Yep.
How much?
635 gold.
630.
Now, mind you, you get 80% of that. Is the
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. What's the math on that?
All right, let me put some.
that puts you at 508 gold back to you. And the rest goes back to the house.
I tipped the dealer 2 gold. This is an expensive fucking game. I don't know why we kept it in the high roller
Yes, it
section.
is.
50 gold buy-in. Fuck.
Maybe that's why the top level is a little more sparse than the bottom level.
Can we get a salmon sandwich and maybe like some margaritas?
I'll see what I can do.
What was that?
That's a good idea.
The dealer goes and calls over to one of the servers,
Chocolate martini.
sends out for some sandwiches and some margarita.
That was, total? You put
Sandwiches
in
and margaritas.
170, 195.
195.
fun. I like it for the 20 minutes.
I guess I should go get us a room, but we'll probably need the presidential suite.
Are you talking to me?
You not give out the rooms, dealer?
No, I mean I play. I run the games. If you
I can go ask.
talk to Freya. Freya downstairs could get you rooms.
Oh shit, we want to find Freya.
I'll go ask.
Okay.
You keep playing. You're on a roll.
Yeah, hot hand.
I know that looks really fun. I really want to play it.
Let's go.
You want to go play? Go play.
Now we know the rules. We'll be fast. Come on. Come on.
I'm into it.
All right.
Let's do this shit.
The big time or the other game?
Everyone's getting into this.
Yeah, we could find the Harris instead of
I'm
the
fine either
50
way.
gold.
Matt, are you cool with just 7 more episodes of this card
One
game?
more round. Just one more round. We'll call it one more.
Sam's Town?
Do we want to do the same game or a different game?
The Griffin's Wall is just like
here
blackjack
This is blackjack.
dice.
That might be a lower bound.
It is 25.
I'll wander down to that.
Which one? The
But
other one?
I'm not playing this anymore. I haven't gotten a single box, and I'm usually so good at
I
this
know.
game.
I want to play Griffin's.
Yeah,
I want Fork of the Storm. I
Yeah,
want to
I'm
play Fork of the
comfortable.
Storm.
Okay, so who's? Okay, we'll say for the purposes of the narrative here, we'll do one round of Griffin's Wall, and then maybe one more round of Fork in the Storm, and then we'll.
This is our show now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, it's
We'll
really
quit.
fun.
We'll
I want to
quit.
play it.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
That'll happen.
It's our game to have
You
fun.
made it fun.
Hey,
Okay, which one are we
glad you guys are here
doing?
to watch. but
We're switching
We're
to
gonna
the
play our
other
Griffin's
game, right?
Okay,
Like
so
we
how
always
the
have.
Griffin's
Double
Wall,
back.
you do D10s, and then what else?
It's
Two
blackjack.
D10s. Blackjack.
It's
You
10.
just gotta get
Your
close
10s,
to
your
20.
21. Yeah.
As close to 21.
How do you get 21 with 2 D10s?
Grab a D10.
No, you do 2 D10s.
Okay.
So you roll those, and then you all take a round of bets, and then you go ahead and can roll additional D10s for each round that you bet, trying to get as close to 21 without going over.
But if
Yeah.
you go over 21, you lose.
You bust entirely, yeah.
Then you're forever 21.
Oh.
Yes.
No one will.
Yeah, that's the worst
not
joke
fun.
ever made on this show. Definitely.
We reached it. That's the limit.
What's the buy-in here, Chappie?
25?
25 gold for this one.
It's not fair.
You rolled 2 D10s at the top?
Imogen wouldn't play,
Yes.
but Laura really wants to gamble, so we're.
Come on, Imogen.
Listen, you really got to take your mind off
Take
her.
your mind off your
Yeah.
mom.
I take her
Don't
by
worry,
the hand
y'all.
and
I'm
tug
in.
her
I'm
to the
in.
table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you roll both 2 D10s up top?
You bring
25
money
gold?
to these places
Yeah.
to
Yes.
give it away, to
Yeah.
lose it.
All right, so
It's
we'll mark down
entertainment
25
factored.
each.
Oh, yes, you pay for fun.
Once and then you're out.
So how many people are playing? 1, 2,
One.
3.
I mean, I'll play
Yeah.
that too. Why
Yeah, I'll
not?
go in. Sorry.
Okay, so 5 folks. That's 125 gold in the pot currently.
Okay, so 25
All right.
gold to buy in.
Here we go. So, first 2 10.
Roll publicly?
Yep. Dealer is at a 7.
Oh, 11.
Terrible.
Total garbage.
Oh, wait, no.
Roll a 2 and a 3.
So leave the D10s there.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to add them as we
Are we
go.
rolling out here?
Yes. Or wherever's publicly. So.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So.
I can't read those.
14.
Wow, you got a 10 and a part of an egg.
And a 4. Ain't no little
Pay for
booty time
additional
of
D10s.
No, you can just.
We can hit.
Just right on that
Can hit.
Oh, 10. That's 21.
That
What
is
the fuck?
21.
This is I'm playing. This game, we're only playing against the house. We're not playing against each other.
Correct.
You got a 10 and a 10?
I've got 11 and a 10.
Okay.
How'd you
All
get an 11 and
6, 5,
Yeah,
and
it's
6.
a
5 and a 10.
It's a 3-2 buyout. So for every 2 gold you put in, you get 3 back if you win. All right. So what'd you get?
I have a 12 now.
Yep. You gonna hit?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit. Oh, with a 5, so that puts me at 17.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's the worst.
Yeah.
You just got to beat the dealer. You're good.
Up to you.
That's true. I'll
Why'd
stay.
you spend 25
Stay.
gold to
Okay.
pass this?
But you're not fucking up other people's cards in this world.
7?
Yeah.
And you didn't hit, so
Well,
we
haven't come
can,
back around yet.
we can hit and roll another D10 on our turn?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
You just
I'm
keep
at
going until you stop.
14.
Okay.
Okay.
But does the
I'm
dealer
gonna hit.
also hit?
At the very end, the
All
dealer goes.
Oh, okay.
No, 21.
Yes!
Okay.
Nice.
Orem.
You're at 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll try. I need a D10. Where the hell they go?
Got some D100s.
Just roll another one of Laura's.
If you need a D100.
There it is. It was hiding. 6. Okay, super low.
So what do you roll?
A 6, so now I'm at 11 total.
Oh, so roll. You hit again.
Yeah.
Hit again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it's up to you.
I'll
Or
roll
the
it.
dealer could go bust.
Go for a 10.
It's a 10. 21.
What the hell, y'all?
What the hell's wrong roll it in.
Let me end this streak really quickly. This will be the end of it. Here we go. 50, 21, Jesus.
She had 9, 6, and 6.
What the hell, yo?
What if I roll again and I roll a 4?
No, it's
man.
so risky.
What
It's
if-
so
you're the only one.
But I gotta try it. I gotta try it. Okay. Come on. Give me a 4. Give me a 4. Mama. 2.
Okay.
Now I stay. Fuck you, dealer.
What is it?
All right, it's a 3, it's a 10.
Okay.
Rollies is the best, you guys.
19. And you got to hit it again?
Have to hit, yeah. Yeah, it's a bust.
That was
I
so
feel like
dumb.
we all went to Vegas together.
That was so dumb. What the living...
Let's all do some blowjob shots. It's my bachelor.
Okay, so all of you that put money in, you get back an additional 12 gold on top of that.
Well,
Do they have glasses shaped like troll dick?
You gain 12. If you hadn't gotten
12
rid of it, you
extra
gain
gold.
12 more gold.
Alright.
All right.
I'm gonna ask Freya for the best suite in the house.
Okay, so you head down outside of the casino, down into the top of the, and there are 2 layers to this. You kind of like look around and see, and there's like a small little map on the side of the wall that kind of shows. There's the spiral staircase continues down, and you can see as the tower expands, there are numerous floors. Like it's thinner down below because it's more of like a central staircase, and all the rooms surround the outer portion of the wall as it goes. But it is all just like a long, cylindrical, ever-expanding inn to the bottom of this tower. Freya, you go ahead and approach, and it is a female dwarf, probably looks like in her 30s or so, dark green brown hair over like a light olive skin, and interestingly like a chin beard that looks like vines that kind of curl and entwine together and finish in like a little ring with a gem in it. Overall, like a very like green aesthetic to the hair and skin.
Are they actual vines? Or is it hair sort of tricked out?
Hard to tell.
Okay.
But Freya's wearing this like almost too loud, but not quite kind of yellow dress with really nice necklace chains around the neck, and kind of turns to you and goes, "Oh, hello.
Smiley evening to you.
You're looking for a room you're looking for?
Oh, yes. I'm with some high-rolling friends who are upstairs right now, and we wanted a big, fancy room.
How many are you expecting to stay?
There are 7 people with us. Well, 6
that's a
people
lot
and
of
me.
people. I could. How many are staying per room?
Well, if you have some sort of big suite, Chetney was very, my friend Chetney, he was very intent on getting some sort of a big suite or some sort of, he really wants to swing a big dick while he's here, and so something ostentatious and...
Let me see if it's. And she goes back and opens this large, this beautifully intricate like leather tome book. Just kind of goes on the table and starts scanning through and checks things.
We do have one room that could comfortably be considered a suite for the night for you and your compatriots. That would be everybody 12 gold for the night.
I think he was very intent on getting it comped because we just won a bunch of money or are spending a lot of money upstairs. She just lost some actually.
Well, yes,
But
I did, but
a lot of money is flowing,
Yeah, a
and
lot of
I
money
think
is
he was sort of implying that because we're spending a lot, we should be treated as some sort of royalty or.
Make a persuasion check.
F.C.G's doing down there.
Oh, Fast friends.
Wow.
What?
What is that?
The intent on that. Alrighty.
So poorly.
Saving throw. A natural 20.
Whoa.
I'm not even joking.
Oh no, this is bad.
It's okay. Well, if not for comping and things like that, what about for professors of the seminary?
Oh, God.
Start looking for
Good
other.
grief.
12 gold to fill the room for the night, and there is no flexibility. This is not a bartering or trade-based system. This is not a negotiation. This is the price of the rooms. If you wish to stay here, you pay for the room.
One moment. Chetney's going to be very upset if we don't get this room for free, so could we... We could pay for it and then lie.
then just tell
Lie and say that we got it for free.
hear
Maybe
upstairs,
21! Yeah!
maybe we could even tip her so that she could lie for us and just tell him that it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any money.
I have money.
Okay.
How much did you say the room was?
12 gold per night to fill the group size you're speaking about there.
Okay, here you go. And
She's gone.
She's
Off the dice.
what do I give for Tim?
Another 3, maybe? I don't know how money works. I don't handle money.
I don't really know how to do tips. What do you give for a tip? Like, what would I give
How
you
much
extra?
tip would you want right now?
That is entirely up to whether or not you enjoyed the service, I assume.
Well, I don't know if I enjoyed the service because you didn't comp our room.
No! Shit.
The attemptedly pleasant exterior of this dwarven woman begins to fade as the jaw begins to clench a bit, and like the nice hand gesture of kind of openness and presentation begins to shift into a folded arm and goes, I apologize, but if you're not interested in getting a room for the night, we may have to ask you to leave.
Well, no. I gave you the 12 golds, and for your troubles, here's another 5.
Wow.
She looks down and kind of like raises an eyebrow and gives a nod. Very well. Apology accepted.
And hey, if our friend, he's little, he has hair in his ears.
Pointy
He has pointy toes. If he asks, could you just tell him that the room was complimentary?
Looks down at the 5 gold tip. That can be arranged.
Thank you so much, Freya. You're such a good egg. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there a key or a...
She like looks down, and as you were conversing, like as she set the book aside, she had placed this like kind of beautiful looking golden key. It's about that long, and in the handle of it, it's like a bit of almost like ivory, but it's not actual ivory. It has a kind of look to it, and there is a number in it, number 14. This is actually right outside of the first turn down the stairs on your left, room 14.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay.
Okay.
And she immediately turns back around and goes back to look busy at other things, even though there's nobody else at the desk.
And tomorrow we see a TikTok of Fern berating the person.
Karen Watch 2022.
He's over here like, no, it's all right. I'm trying to get your room for you.
Oh my god.
Favorite watch.
Okay, we got the room.
We did so good.
You did a really good job.
Back upstairs.
Yeah.
All right. People said they wanted to do another round of...
Yeah.
All right.
That was a big
I
one.
would do the
Fork of the storm.
Fork of
Yeah,
the
real
storm.
quick.
Okay.
All right, so 50 gold buy-in for everybody.
50 gold. Okay.
Dear Lord.
And that one is a D8, the
D8
first
to
one
start.
up?
Indeed.
Okay.
I will take this here.
Sweet. There's nowhere we go.
We start with the D8, right?
Indeed.
Nope.
Are you not into it?
I'm not playing.
Okay, good. All right.
Or I'm already feeling
So,
involved.
those who are in.
Check.
Check.
Check. I'm not playing.
We don't look.
You look at yours.
Oh.
But you don't look at each other's.
I'll raise 50.
Ooh!
Y'all ain't doing nothing.
All right.
I fold.
Ooh.
That was a really shitty dice.
I also
Finally.
fold.
Okay.
You gonna try and read my mind? That won't go well. You know that. Sorry. I didn't say that out loud. Just reminding Laura.
Just having that.
Pit boss is like, you gonna read minds?
Yeah, I know, right? You said that out loud.
So just Inception.
Raise, driving you out.
Can I try to use my telekinesis to just shift my dice?
Oh shit.
Damn.
I would have done that, but I would have done that as soon as it rolled. I would have tried to shift it and just give it the little nudge. Yeah.
Okay.
Movement.
Telekinesis, casting a spell, has verbal and somatic
No,
components.
no, it doesn't. Not
But-
mine. My mage hand is completely
Mage hand is different from telekinesis.
right. Telekinesis is a huge spell. My mage hand is a telekinetic feat.
Are you which spell are you using?
I see.
It uses nothing. It's just brain power.
I'll tell you what.
Is that random reroll?
I'll tell you what. So you're just trying to nudge it into a different number roll?
Yeah.
Anything different than what you've got, or a specific number?
I'll try to nudge it and see what happens.
Okay.
Bad, huh?
So roll again.
All right. Go ahead and roll a roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier. You have to beat an 18.
I beat it.
Did you?
I rolled an 18, so plus my charisma.
Okay, so re-roll the dice. And- It's okay. Remember, doubles can add at the end, and it can explode if need
Then my dice is just like going on the table as I re-roll it.
I don't think I've deleted them. I was just struck
Okay,
that
it's bad.
before.
I fold.
You fold. All right, so it's between you and the dealer.
That bad?
It was so bad.
Dealer meets you.
All right.
All right.
It's a 4.
4. Raise another 50.
Oh. I'm detecting thoughts on the dealer.
Okay.
I hate this job. I can't wait to clock out these fucking
That's
assholes.
a fail.
Do I get anything? Or is he so professional?
Not even professional. The dealer's just like, all right, bets are in.
Damn it. He's
Putting the dice down.
not just repeating the number in his head?
No, they have no stake in the game. They do this all day. They didn't come here to gamble.
They
This is
don't win.
literally their job.
100%.
I really want a coffee. Coffee and a muffin.
But you start getting glimpses of, like, you know, childhood, like their father taking them to a local
lake?
carnival,
Oh, God.
going fishing at the carnival. And they're like, mom made them cry, but then apologized. Like, you're getting all these, like, you're like, I went too deep. I went too deep.
All right. Like that scene in Flash Gordon.
D4. Mama.
The 4.
I'll hold.
Oh, but he got doubles.
Okay.
Oh.
It's going to be, the dealer's going to go ahead and raise another 50.
All right. I mean,
Okay.
Dirty.
And reveal.
Dirty. You get to roll again, Matt.
Huh?
Didn't you get a four on a four?
after we reveal.
Oh, I see.
I want
Oh, we got an 8.
Shit. Got an 8.
Four doubles, add another 4, which explodes again.
no.
So that's plus 20.
Shit.
Another 4.
Shit.
25 total.
Oh, God.
I'm out 200.
All right. Better luck next time. Dealer takes it in.
Yeah,
Right, that is fun.
It
Shit.
is so fun. I would be doomed if this was for real.
I know. That was really fun, actually. I feel bad.
That was 200 gold. You gave him 200 gold.
Well, they won 200 gold. I didn't give them 200 gold.
Exactly.
Don't worry, though. The room is free.
F.C.G. for real?
Free.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Gratis, my friend.
Insight check.
Insight check.
Because you spent so much money.
I
Make
mean,
an
that's,
assumption.
that's actually quite bizarre. It's usually after you lose a lot of money. We've just been kind of taking them to the cleaners. So it's incredible you got the room for free.
We know you're lying.
Yeah, you know, like, it's up to you what to do with that information.
Wow, that's great.
F.C.G, that meat tongue turned into a silver tongue.
Here, take your tea. Your key.
He doesn't have a face.
It's right around this time that you see one gentleman who was kind of at one of the tables, and you've noticed kind of one of the folks kind of just keeping an eye on you in the corner of one of the rooms, saunters up to your group and goes, "Well, I have seen a majestic display of all sorts of gambling insights, and I don't know, just a radical energy of joyful friendship you don't see too often in these spaces." And as he approaches, you see he's a man, Unia, looks like elf, orc lineage, handsome, rakish, with kind of like long curly auburn hair that kind of drifts past the shoulders. Almost looks like a Newsies cap, but it's a little bit like wider and kind of like
wider than a Newsies cap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or it kind of like drifts over the back of the head a bit. Like a frill-trimmed long vest and a tusked smile that kind of grins beneath the smile. Clean shaven beyond just kind of the curly hair. My apologies to intrude here, but I'm wrong to assume that you are from out of town, yes?
Yes, we are.
Well, what a wonderful coincidence. I'm from here. Are you after any sort of business? Anything in particular you're doing? Anything you're looking for? Any experiences? Any joyfulness? Any connections to make?
Are you a tour guide?
I am a host, meaning I can guide you around the town. I can help introduce you to many of the wonderful sights. I can show you about the circumstances, make business introductions if they are necessary. I am at your disposal for a small bit of change.
So inside check. That's cocked. Balls.
Is anybody?
20.
Thank you.
20.
Oh, guys, this is not supposed to be read right now. It's only for battle. It's a battle thing. This isn't battle. This is a whisper. So I'm just gonna say that I love you guys.
Oh, I love you too.
I'll read this one instead.
We've never been to Vegas together.
Balls, ass, and titties.
I don't think we've never done a Vegas trip.
Some of us have been to Vegas together, but not this group.
Would be a bad influence.
Hate Vegas.
You can't go to Vegas with Laura. She tells me to leave.
I'm a fan.
Really?
She's like, get the fuck
Every
outta here.
time you come to the table when we're at Vegas, I start losing.
Okay.
If you
Are you a
leave,
cooler?
I win.
Wow.
You come, as soon as he stands over my shoulder, the table goes to shit.
I'm clearly a cooler. Some people just fucking
Just for me. Some people just for me. He's great at poker.
What's your name, friend?
I am Mr. Landon Creshaw, guiding hand to Eos.
Landon.
Creshall?
Creshaw.
Creshall.
an amazing name. Do you have a card?
Oh, I am the card. This is my cap.
Ah, could. Oh, shit. Handshake.
You just stay here at the Skyport and offer your services to incoming tourists?
Well, occasionally throw a little coin onto a table, but also looking for individuals who might be needing help, and, at certain hours of the night. I'm not the only guiding hand, but sometimes I'm the lucky one to get to them first. So, happy to make your acquaintance. You are,
Bales Hales?
Bales Hales? That's your name?
It's our collective name. We each have individual names, but that
You
would
are a
take too long.
collective. What is your business? What do you do as a collective? Huh?
We're a traveling performance troupe.
Detect thoughts.
Make a deception check.
This will go well.
Oh, wait, on my own. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Natural 20.
Let's go! Let's go!
Table's hot! Table's
Well, this is the smartly presentation says traveling performance. Obviously, that is incredible. Please tell me what is it? What form of performance do you do?
Orm starts doing Cirque du Soleil shit with his sword.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cinema! This is wonderful. Oh, the people would be fascinated to see what you have to bring.
It's been puppetry. Take out pate.
Hello, I'm a puppet. Can't you see me? And he's like, I don't even see your mouth move on that.
My ventriloquism, it's
It's incredible.
Another
question. Chocolate martini. Chocolate martini.
Having a good
Salmon
night.
sandwich, Jason. I have a salmon sandwich.
As soon as Lavna slurs her speech, Orm shoots a vine up at the ceiling and starts to do silk work.
Oh, God, right here in the
spinning around.
casino, huh?
Yep,
The
absolutely.
nearby tables are kind of like stopped for a second looking over, and some folks are like, hand over the back of the chair, like, oh man, look at this bullshit. This is crazy. I win these doing performances in the casino. That's amazing.
Yep, wrapped around his leg. He's hanging, not using his hands.
You can see like some of the sentries are like trying to gauge whether or not this is something to get involved with, but they're just kind of watching because nobody feels there's no aggression coming from it.
I smile upside
Yep.
down at them.
As everyone's
Hello, my
doing about
recorder. Cross buns.
it's a classic. Exandria over.
Classic for a reason.
This night is crazy.
You've been in town for maybe a half an hour. Maybe.
Clearly, we were a little wound up.
Yes.
Imogen, you were casting detect thoughts.
I was casting Detect Thoughts
Because
on Landon.
she's our mind freak.
I know.
Really?
Come on.
Please leave the table.
Wow, Lana.
I mean, it's
No.
just
This is the second Chris Ainge reference we've made on CR content in the past month, and I'm uncomfortable with it. Chris, if you're a critter, I'm sorry. You're fine.
He's totally a critter.
He cries somewhere.
Did you do French lessons
Imogen.
in school? Yeah.
Imogen.
That's what
Imogen.
Yes.
Imogen.
The surface thoughts you gather are those of extreme curiosity and awe. This Landon figure is certainly like taken aback and intrigued, and the thoughts are like, I would never have expected such a colorful night. What colorful possibilities! This is exciting. I'm glad I got them first. That sort of a vibe.
Okay.
You just stay there, or do you delve deeper?
Are you how long have you been a guide for the city, Landon?
Oh, I've been a guide about 5 or so years, ever since finished college.
And what made you decide to pursue this as a career?
I just wanted to meet new people all the time, as you're still detecting the surface thoughts. And he says, finished college. He's like, finished college. And all sorts of interesting people from all over the world with their own stories and life experiences. It's something that intrigues me, and who knows, maybe one day I find someone who's in a business that intrigues me more than this, and I maybe make friends and follow them. And the surface thoughts you get are, some people are suckers, some others are not, and some are worth more as friends.
All right.
What did you go to college for? Tour guiding?
No, it's not really. That's more of just personal experience. Growing up here in the city, I went to college for construction, carpentry, and the building of
Furniture.
detailed furniture.
Well, here comes Aslo. Billy looked at Travis.
What material do you most like?
I switched my
use?
Detect Thoughts over to Chetney.
You don't need all you hear is under the table.
Wow.
We're like,
It's just his little feet swinging because he's
You still have Detect Thoughts up. The carpentry he's searching for terms. Not sure how honest it is.
well, as it turns out, we are in need of well-guided, well-skilled hands to navigate our way through this new town.
Gotta move seats because I need something that would
Eos
back thing.
now hosts Bell's Hells, and it is the better for it. You can find us in the presidential suite. But
What is a president?
that's why we're but we got comped because we were crushing it up here.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
That's
Are you
normally
staying?
works the other way around.
Are you staying near here? We don't need
Oh,
anything
no.
this evening.
I don't. I stay in the vicinity. This is true, yeah.
tomorrow we're probably gonna head down to the Dominion Ring. Or is that where the?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe around breakfast, if you're around. What? No, we're not doing it.
No, it's fine.
Maybe if you're around here around breakfast time, we could just check in with you and see if you want to
certainly.
accompany us.
Oh, I
Just
can
want to make
meet
sure.
you here first thing in the morning and
So
show you
funny.
around at your discretion.
What kind of rates do you charge, Landon?
For a half a day of guidance, it is a 5 gold fee. For an entire day, we put it at an 8. And if you want me to show you around for the better part of a week, or put me on retainer even, I am at your disposal for whatever you need, and my skill set expands from there. I am quite a multi-skilled individual.
It's pretty fair.
He winks at you.
We should have him meet us in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning. We'll see you then.
Of course. Well, bells hands. It is a pleasure, and I look forward to showing you the majestic sights of this majestic city.
Recording.
Sleep well. And he exits.
Hold it hurt. Elbow.
No, it's fine. I do it all the time. I don't even know how I get most of my bruises.
Bruce is pat the edge.
I like Landon.
Listen, I know he seems like he's a bit of a leech, but
No, he seemed quite charming.
we really don't know anything about the city, and maybe he could at least guide us around. He seems harmless enough. Doesn't seem like he's gonna rob us or
He
anything.
didn't seem lecherous.
No.
Truly. I don't think he's actually a carpenter, though, Chet. I
What?
hope you know.
He's dead.
Is there a code that he violated?
I mean, you don't claim to be an artisan of a skilled craft like woodworking if you're not one.
What if it's what he really wanted to do?
Aspires to be.
Yeah, and he didn't get to, and that's why
I'll give him a test tomorrow. If he fails,
you'll kill him.
He's
he
dead.
loses. Well,
He loses his
maybe I need
eyes.
to up the penalty. That's I was gonna say something less, but sure. He dies.
He's probably harmless.
Probably. This was a great night. You know what would make it better? A shrimp cocktail tower.
Wow.
Get us one delivered to the room.
Yes, I saw on the menu that they do them in tiers to represent the city.
Yep.
We'll go talk
That's
to
the
Freya.
Dominion.
She's our personal concierge assigned to us, and she only handles us now.
Boy, we are killing it tonight.
Yes.
Yep, we'll talk to her.
It's wild how my left eye just started twitching when that
Yeah.
came across.
Room, what's our room number?
Shrimp cocktail tower, so we could all shit our brains out.
Welcome to Eos,
Iodine fountain.
the city of flowing Ono.
That's why the lake glows. It's just saturated with chlorine. Anybody that comes through the lake's like
Weird.
You do head back to your chambers, and they are very nice. There are only 5 beds within the room, but they are very nice. You know, the equivalent of a queen-size bed versus the the casual cot or average, moderate comfortability of the standard tavern or inn that you would pass by. There is one window that has kind of crossbars in it and glass set into it that overlooks what looks to be the eastern or southeastern shore, and you can see the kind of the glowing waters in the distance, as well as the torchlights along the eastern bridge that extends out towards the jungle far from here. You can see kind of the stars peeking up through the sky and a little bit of cloud cover that's just kind of slowly drifting across the skyline.
Can we see who it is?
From where you're sitting, no. You do see that Katha is up in the sky because you do see the moonlight kind of hitting some of the trees in the distance. You don't see it on the edges of the water. You only see it kind of towards the center where the glow isn't as strong because there isn't as much turbulent movement. But nevertheless, while Katha's out of view, you do see the presence of the white light. But the room is beautiful. The furniture is quaint and very well made, very well carved and oiled and tended to. There is an armoire. There are a number of places to store your things. It looks like there are foot lockers at the bottom of each bed to keep your individual wares safe. But the room is yours.
This place is nice.
Ooh-wee.
Is there like a little balcony?
It's not a balcony, it's just a window. But it is a wide window. You get a decent view.
Tile floors or carpet?
The floors here are stone, but they do have rugs across them that kind of match the decor.
Watch out for those.
It's a nice view. It's a very nice view.
So, we're getting some shrimp delivered.
Why?
I also had a charcuterie board.
By yourself?
No, delivered.
I did.
Oh, I thought you had eaten it already. I was going to be very upset because I'm not having shrimp.
Why aren't you gonna have shrimp?
I don't like it.
It's
Shrimp doesn't
basically-
agree with me.
Like
Aw.
certain appetizer things. So
Doesn't agree with your tum tum.
let's start with what I did.
No, it's very weird, and you do not want to see what happens when I've got issues.
Like shopping.
City of Falling Shite.
It's gravel.
Was one the shape of a dick.
Wowza.
Why?
Shotgun.
A little somewhere back your head, but I didn't know just.
What's happening?
What are we doing?
Stop! Why do you do this to me?
It's the most beautiful location. We've been building to coming here, and we can only make the most foul puns and gamble wantonly.
Skyport. We're in the Skyport.
You haven't touched the fucking city yet. Hopefully, we'll have our shit.
We're at that casino on the way to Venice.
You guys are the first one.
You can't give us a casino.
in the terminal. You haven't left the airport.
This city is great.
Thank you for the story.
Maybe we can look at it like maybe
Man,
It's got a Hudson. It's got a Hudson News here.
Is the window open?
It's been a long week on Earth One. We just needed to unwind a little
Is
bit.
the window open in our room?
The window has crossbars in it, and it is glass covered. It looks like it can slide open, or not slide, kind of open from the inside out. Yes.
Yeah, can we open the windows out so we can hear the sounds of the lake?
Yeah. You kind of put it out there. You hear the distant kind of rushing of water, both alongside of the city itself and through the canals below. Because you can glance down and see there's one canal that kind of snakes around the exterior of the tower, and you can hear the water just coming through. The occasional bell from the various ferry boats as they come through. You also hear the sound of
Teeth and lodgers,
seabirds that
new
may have
friends
come up from the far south and have just found life around here. The occasionally, kind of through the night as they go to roost for the evening.
How far from our window to water?
Probably about 80 or so feet.
Cool. I want to go to there.
Hey, Imogen. If it wasn't for your deeply intense personal issues, I would never have gotten to see this, so thank you for being a bit of a mess. This is great.
Well, you're welcome, Ashton.
Oh, it's so good.
Anything for you?
I would hope so.
I slide him a water.
Oh, yeah, good.
Although, technically, it's not just me that brought us here. Orem has a plethora of issues as well.
That's right.
Sure do.
Fuck, 2 issues. You don't cheers with water. That's really big. Here's my drink. Two issues. 2 issues.
2 issues.
2 issues of what? The Hudson News?
To the Hudson fucking.
Oh, sorry. I came up.
Where's the shrimp?
So, it's a gas leak episode.
This kind of service is intolerable. F.C.G, you let him know.
I'll cast sending, and I'll send a message to Freya.
Okay.
Oh, we're being the worst.
White Lotus.
Please send shrimp to our room. We will pay literally anything. Just don't tell. Just don't tell that we paid for it. Anything.
It's just 25 anything.
That's tier.
Oh yeah, within 3 tiers, room 14.
The charcuterie plate shows up before the shrimp. But nevertheless, a small wooden cart does eventually arrive with a, haphazardly constructed 3-plate arrangement of spiral-adjusted shrimp to the center, under a bed of leafy greens with some sort of a cocktail sauce and like a brass bowl. It looks beautiful, if a little like rickety, as they push the cart in, and it's like, as they set it down and kind of look around.
I will walk over.
We should tip.
I will just very gently put like 10 gold down.
It's free, but the tip would be appreciated.
It's very nice of you.
Yeah, 10 gold for the tip.
These look like little plump prawns. They're delicious. You got good ones.
Life is short.
I'll. Is that okay? Is that good? Are we good?
They just kind of shake their head and slowly emerge. After
10 gold.
Yeah.
For fucking shrimp. $3,000.
Yep.
We got some shitty pineapple shrimp. Them shits is purple.
Could have bought a high-end laptop, but no, you got shrimp.
The true cost is just being assholes.
We're
know who I am.
right? I mean, I know there's a lake, but we're not near the ocean at all, right?
The lake eventually lets out to the ocean to the south.
Oh, okay.
So it's not the worst shrimp. They probably are pretty fresh.
Well, I mean, there's a river. The lake goes to a river and then goes to the ocean.
Okay.
They're crawfish.
Okay. They're crawfish.
We are not this bad when we stay in a hotel. This is pure fantasy.
Was the shrimp guy also filming us? Secretly?
Oh God! Why?
That's the worst.
Hashtag 10 gold tipper.
Oh God.
Okay.
One day these people might save the world, but tonight they're getting the shrimp squirts.
Okay. Focus up. Serious RPG. Let's go.
Or just going to town on the trap.
Yeah, it's a fair amount for 7 people. You can finish it at your own despair. But is there anything else you would wish?
It's so good. It's delicious.
I'm not saying it's not delicious.
I'm gonna use my mage hand to dip some in the cocktail sauce and drift it over to me across the room.
He's flying around the room doing his own thing. Okay. Why is he bothering you?
I mean, I was curious if Pate was around.
You know, he's exploring
It's
the
actually
cabinets.
attached to the ceiling right now, just staring right at you. Just
Hey. You can talk to him. Go make friends. This is important. Go.
okay. Like swoops down and then latches onto your shoulder and kind of looks up towards it. And look at you, like the skull with the eye socket just glaring in your direction with like the faint little spark of life in the deep canal of it.
I just wanted to say that when we took the Laudna head vacation, we saw the beginning idea of you, like the baby idea, and we really care about her, and it's important to keep her safe. And
I'll agree.
Yeah, and I know you're going to be a lot of help there.
Yeah, all costs. Gotta keep her safe, keep her alive, keep her kicking.
Yeah, and
she goes, I go.
Well, yeah, and I'll just say, just so that we're all clear, and I'm really happy that you're going to be helping.
Hey, I'm real happy. Are you happy?
Well, since you appeared at a rather interesting moment in our reality, if that's you in there, Delilah, I swear to fuck that I will murder you if anything happens to her. And I'm watching.
What?
Are we clear?
Okay.
All right, otherwise we're good. Just thought that should be there. Protect her.
Yeah, I will.
I like you.
That's over you.
What the fuck was that?
That
Your
was
friend's fucking crazy.
probably quiet enough that no one actually heard.
What?
That was probably quiet enough that I was trying to keep that a little in the corner. So
He's threatening me.
He's
Think
threatening you.
Delilah.
No, that's how Ashton makes friends. They're very friendly. It's just how they say they care.
I'm gonna make you a fancy hat. It's gonna look great.
Apology accepted.
You look so dashing in a hat.
Crawls back under your hair.
Is it all right? Yes, it's good. Here.
Should we use a little shrimp tail?
Do you want to play dress up?
I mean, you made me.
Yes,
I'll
you
do it up. Okay.
Go at it, Fern.
Okay, some little shrimp tails, a little shrimp tail crown.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, it's beautiful. I feel like the king of the sea.
Really good. Here, let's take some of this leftover charcuterie and make you a meat dress.
Like I'm ready for an award show.
Exactly. You
Lovely.
Oh my goodness.
Does this the fancy room have like a water closet or like a big tub or anything like that?
As you inspect the room, on the far end of the chamber, there is what looks like, first like a tapestry, but as you approach, you can see it's a curtain. It's just a very, very detailed curtain. You kind of push past, and indeed there is a washroom with a clawfoot tub on the inside, and what looks to be a large basin of water that can be heated underneath, and then turning a small knob on it, it will go ahead and fill the tub with heat.
Can I go over and turn it on and start heating the tub and say, Imogen! Look, I know you're in a different place, but we should really enjoy the room, and it feels like you could use a soak.
Oh. Thank you so much, Chet.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know how long we're going to be here, but tonight was fun. We should enjoy it. Relax. It'll be all right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, get out then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't dream of it.
Do you want me to take and scrub your back
No,
for you?
that's
if
all.
you-
That's all right. I'll go into the washroom.
Okay.
And as soon as I shut the curtain, I'm gonna leave it open just a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look out into the room. And I'll step back a little bit and I'll shut my eyes. And when I open them again, I won't be there.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna step out of the room. And I'm gonna jump out of the window. And as I jump out, I'm gonna cast fly on myself.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me. With advantage because you are invisible.
Hmm. 19.
19. Okay. Amongst the din and everything, everyone conversing, settling in, the sound of, water. Did you leave the water, gently running into the tub? Okay. It's a bit noisy. All the rest you come out, you, being you, catch, just a small sound of, something landing on the windowsill. You go and glance over, but there's nothing there.
As you make eye contact, as you look over at the windowsill, you'll hear in your head, I'll be back.
Water? Water.
As you just dive off the tower and see kind of the beautiful landscape beneath, the hundreds of people that are walking through the streets, the various kind of arcane glowing lamp lights that line elements of the walking paths, and the various buildings with long flags and banners that hang and blow gently with the breeze that pushes through. It's quite a breeze, actually, that kind of continuously kicks through the city streets, kind of adding this kind of continuous hollow, kind of almost like a multi-tuned faint wood instrument that just kind of drifts through the city at different times. And as that sound reaches your ears, you plummet towards the bottom, seeing the canals and the stonework and the people below catching faster. Your invisibility fades as your flight kicks in and you drift back up in control of your plummet.
I'm gonna fly up and go up above the city and look down at everything. Look down at the lake. and take in the lack of sound in my head. And I'm gonna cast Sending and try to contact my mother again.
Okay.
I'm in Eos. Are you here? I know you want to stay distant, but please, I need guidance. Please.
Come on, work.
It's 45 grueling seconds of silence before your mother's voice comes back through towards you. If you're there, then you need to stay there. Stay safe. I understand the need for answers, but it's a real dangerous journey. She casts Sending towards you.
She casts Sending toward you?
I've given up so much to keep you safe. At the end of it all, it's all I want.
Hey, Vic.
Please.
This storm is coming. If you keep running from me, I'm afraid I'm gonna get swept up in it. I know I'll find you in the end.
If you keep running towards me, you'll definitely end up swept up in it. Imogen. Run.
I don't respond. I'm just gonna stay up above the city for a while before I fly back down. And I'll land on the windowsill. In your head, you hear, "Can you turn off that water? I'm afraid I might have overflowed the little washroom there."
Make sure that no one's paying attention and slides in behind the curtain. Stops it just before it overflows.
It's like right on the cusp too. The
I had it on
steam's
trickle.
rising, and it's like just like the little bit. It's like just about to bow over the edge.
And just slinks out like a sentry at a door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hit invisibility on myself and head back into the room before I come back out again.
Okay. So you can. All right. So the rest of you go ahead and, unless you have any other business to attend, bed down for the night in probably the most comfortable quarters. Not only you've slept in a long time, but for some of you, probably ever. Most of you, probably ever. In fact, for all of you, probably ever. It is just garish enough to be wonderful. And pleasant dreams come for all of you. Eventually, the cold lake air of the night gives to a warmer, fresh sunrise morning. Into a new day, a fresh day. Really, truly your first day here in the city of Flowing Light. Having arrived in its evening glow, it's almost comparably disappointing to be met with just a standard flowing lake. But that doesn't diminish the beauty of the city. With this, the numerous sea and lake birds all have gathered along the rooftops and tower tops, and you see them flying in flocks and cawing and speaking over the air and the sound of the rushing water of the canals. You can see the people below that are bringing renewed, lively life to the city streets. And someone's likely going to show up soon to turn on your bed. So what do you want to do?
What do we want to do? I know we're going to the seminary. There were some other things too, though. I wrote down Lord Preston lives here. I don't even know who that is, but I wrote it down.
Lord Preston Drodelon.
Oh, the one from the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Did we meet him?
Yeah, the one that was in love with Fern.
Where are we at now?
Everybody.
You're just dropping bodies.
Drodelon is also the former.
What did I say?
God,
Yes.
rip display.
But the seminary has ancient texts that we need to investigate. I was also told by somebody that people here could maybe know about me or my insides. Then there's also the Grim Verite. Is that also at the cemetery?
We're specifically looking for Ebenold Kai. Ro Estani gave me a letter of introduction to meet Ebenold Kai, who is part of the Grim Verite.
In the seminary?
Yes, it would know
Got
about Balin and Zayar Lumas. Lumas.
Professor Kadisha Sumal is the one who wrote the essay about my mother, who's also at the seminary.
Well, then we gotta go there.
That's right.
And do we want good old Landon Crescio to help us, to walk with us?
I mean,
Why not?
Okay.
sure.
We are going to promise a bonus at the end of completion.
Oh, we are.
It's a better way of making sure that there's more money in getting us what we need than
he can help
robbing us along the way.
Get there, and then maybe we send him off on an errand. You can go find Lord Drodelon.
Someone who's seen the script.
Orm finishes a massive set of pull-ups from a vine, clinging to the ceiling, and then heads off to the bathroom to unleash the shrimp shitstorm.
Clear out, clear out, clear out.
Let the lava
I just-
flow.
I got enough of those thoughts from Orem. We
Go down
should
to the
not be
lobby,
in this
though.
room.
All I eat is protein, guys. Get used to it.
All right.
To the seminary!
With the day in full effect, you head down the long spiraling staircase past the many chambers and kind of side rooms that contain, or side platforms that contain desks and sitting kind of lounging space as you continue down the ever-widening tower of the Skyport Lounge. Until eventually you come to the bottom floor, in which there is a second desk, as well as a small bar, and there, kind of sitting in a chair that immediately sits up and kind of puts the hat back on, is Mr. Landon Kershaw. He's like, "Good morning, friends. Paracels. Happy to see you up. I assume we are still good for our arrangement today?"
Yes.
Spare cells. Yes.
Did he just say spare cells to
That's
us?
what I heard.
Bell's Hells.
Oh, Bell's Hell. I
thought it was a greeting.
I thought so too.
We had the shrimp tower last night, so auditory response is a little delayed this morning.
Oh, you had the shrimp. Yeah. First order of business is your guide. Maybe try to avoid the shrimp. It's not really shrimp.
Too little, too late.
It's not really shrimp.
Not too
Did you
little.
just say?
It's more of a lake and river crawfish.
We were going
makes
to make our
sense.
way into the city, and we thought that your services might be helpful.
Well, I'm ever at your service.
To the seminary, please.
The seminary first?
Yes.
While pointing out any landmarks or places of note on the way.
Of course. One of those.
Interesting shops of strange curios, magic shops, anything
Yeah,
similar
could be
to
a few
that.
of those,
would
of
be
course. Yes,
lovely.
please. This way. Come. And you notice they look over and glance, and the person, the clerk at the desk, goes, "Landon, take your compatriots and leave, please." Of course. Come on. As you exit out into the street, the scent of the watered air, the lake scents are a combination of fresh and also slightly lake-like. There is, different points of the tide. Beyond to the ocean area, kind of a faint mixture of soft earth and drudged lakefront that also meets with the clarity of the wind that comes from the fresh jungles that surround the lake. But the city is at your disposal. Landon immediately says, "Right, there are, I mentioned the rings before. You are heading towards the Dominion Ring. There's the Venture Ring, which is where the Radiant Harbor exists. This is the central harbor of ships that travel to and from the ocean, beyond and southward to the Lapis Channel. This is the outlet that eventually gives way to the city. The ocean beyond, the Barrow Seas to the south. But that is not what we're traveling to. It's probably the most, residential and not as a beautiful comparison to where you are and where you are going. Here in the Endeavor Ring, there are all manner of things. There is the Tri-Bridge Plaza, which will go by on the way, which is maybe what you're talking about.
The
Tri-Bridge Plaza.
The Tri-Bridge.
Come this way, and begins to lead you along a path in which you start winding through streets, and you can see now the way the city is built. You're used to cities that have a manner of very kind of rigid structure, or at least to some degree have like a grid-like pattern. This, you get the sense that whatever sort of landscape or hill that the city was built upon that existed here in the middle of the lake, it's an odd topography, and as opposed to bending the land to their shape, they built to match the shape of the land. And in doing so, the neighborhoods have this kind of like quaint, twisting quality. Everything, a lot of the streets kind of curve around, and everything just kind of has character to it, which is kind of a loving variation from what you're often used to. And no gondolas dragging you from spire to spire, which is also a joy.
Keep those silvers in your pocket.
Indeed. But you do occasionally see from some of the nearby kind of canals that go through, there are small boats that are ferried through, and there's an individual who kind of rows and keeps the rudder in the back. And you get the sense from where they go, there are some that travel that are kind of separate from the rest of the heavy water flow that just kind of like carry through the city on an even bit of height. And there are some that are rushing a bit, and you can see travel for fast movement down to the lower portion of the city. So there are canals for traversing across the city, and some that just kind of move within the ring itself. But they're also very crowded. Most people here take the ferry if they're available and they have to go across. So as you start looking past, you're like, oh, these are cool. Oh, that one's, I see what they mean by they're free, but if you can find a space for one, they seem to be fairly busy. But as Landon kind of pulls you through, he explains everything about these canals, how when they were introduced, initially it was just for getting trade throughout the city, but then eventually the Ferry Guild, as it arose, run by Sir Bunden, began to build these ships, and through dealing with the Court of the Lament Path, they were able to grant upon him the organization of and maintenance of these ferries, and as such they have they've kind of transitioned away from pure trade and now into moving individuals out of the city, and they've expanded and built more upon them. It is beautiful. Sometimes it can be equally frustrating, and in times of heavy rain, it can also lead to some minor flooding. But today the weather has been fine and has been for some time. But follow me. Leads kind of upward in the northern direction.
Sorry, as always, Orm's head is on a swivel.
Understood. Make a perception check for me, if you don't mind.
Thank you.
21.
21, okay. Keeping an eye out. Guiding around, he pushes onto this one portion of the hill, because it does kind of rise up, and you see, while it is tiered, here in the Endeavor Ring, it seems to climb up, and there's this like kind of unique, almost like a switchback, climbing hill spiral of the streets that kind of like climb up and again and kind of wind up and around. It's this climb up the side of this hill that is the central part of this ring that eventually glides up and leads to the Dominion Ring, and there are numerous staircases that wind up, and you can see underneath these like large staircases that climb to the upper area, there are these holes in them where the canals kind of slip through underneath and kind of carry people down below. Everything has this almost like M.C. Escher vibe to it in the way that the architecture looks like it shouldn't function, but upon taking a moment to take it in, everything is designed specifically to function exactly against each other in a way that looks almost dangerous, but seems to work okay. And the people that live here, or at least are used to it, seem nonplussed by the sometimes rapid movement of these ships and the what you would expect to be somewhat nerve-wracking appearance of these kind of low arches and thoroughfares that it immediately cuts around and underneath. And some of these canals do like dip underneath and some like briefly vanish beneath certain parts of the hills into emerging into the lower bits. It's almost like a gentle ride. Cool. And you do see people that are in these ferries are holding on to like bars that are latched into the wood sides of it, so they aren't just like being knocked over the edge in case there is a bump, because they do occasionally happen. Heading up these stairs, you can see all the beautiful colors and banners. There are these long strands of look to be like painted banners that kind of flap in the ever-present wind. And you do have to, your hair kind of gets blown in your face a bit. There is kind of a continuous gust that it kind of builds and then fades with the time, but the wind does carry through here pretty consistently. As you come upon this climb, you do see one collection of storefronts and buildings. There are carts lining the streets as you begin to walk up the different staircases to the different areas of this massive hill. You can see there are large 2-3-story buildings that are built into the back of it that themselves have signs hanging out front. There's smells of food and all sorts of unique construction materials that are being wheeled out to build extensions to it or being rebuilt. And you do notice that there are some buildings that look much older and others that look very recent, kind of next to each other. As you kind of begin to notice these details, Landon goes, I see you are picking up on the variations. Some of these buildings were damaged during the Apex War, and we've been continuously, meaning the city, have been renovating and getting things back to how they once were in the wake of such. For the most part, many of these buildings you've seen have been rebuilt over the past 2 decades or so to, in my opinion, even more spit-polished prominence.
How old are the oldest?
The oldest are probably about 250 years, ish or so. A bit longer than that, maybe. Anyway, he seems a bit lost in his questions. It seems a bit embarrassed he doesn't have the specific number being your guide. But anyway, and as you can glance up here, this is the Tribridge Plaza we are climbing towards. And you see the reason it's called the Tribridge Plaza is it's built. This hill kind of really sits in the center of where these 2 side bridges in the North Bridge all kind of point in the middle of the city. Here you can hear all sorts of like laughter and music and just bartering, people chatting and talking and kind of living in the moment of trade and trying to discuss a social means of agreement. You can see there's blues and greens and golds on these different banners as you come into the Tribridge Plaza. There's a newish-looking statue that kind of clambers in the center of it. It stands about 15 feet tall, and you see an orcish warrior in regal armor, flowing tassels that are like affixed to the metallic sculpture, or the kind of like stone and metal around it. And there's a sword and shield that it holds as it's kind of holding above the entire district there. This is a statue of Exemplar Mani Drogadon, who is a hero of the Apex War, and is currently a semi-retired seneschal within the Court of the Lambent Path.
Is that full name again? Mani
Drogadon.
Drogadon.
This statue was erected as part of that Phoenix project. I was telling you the rebuilding and
I think
beautification. Thank you very much of Eos in the wake of the conflict. Much of this plaza was damaged, but much better than it is now. This, I think, would be of interest to you. Kind of glances over and says, this is Trudge the Glimmer, Antiques and Imports, part pawn shop, also somewhat a rickety seller of knickknacks, decor, and antiques, occasionally rare and interesting things.
Good job.
Could be interesting. There's also, at the top here, I'll show you in a second when we get there, but there's also Traverse Rarities. This is a specialist collector of foreign goods, rare curios.
Wait, why does that stuff over there?
Depending on what you're looking for. That place is a little more expensive, has been around for quite some time, and has kind of passed through many different hands over the years, and is known to be a kind of an Exandrian-wide collector of odd things and findings.
Wow.
Traverse, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see just to see it.
Oh yeah, always.
What was the name of it?
Traverse Rarities.
And Trudge the Glimmer.
Trudge the Glimmer, yeah.
Trudge
the
Glimmer. That's a good band name.
All right, guys. See you later. I'm gonna go trudge the Glimmer.
Take some extra toilet paper.
Continuing on to the seminary.
Boy.
Very well. So you climb the stairs taller and taller as it goes. You can now see like the full height of the tower that you stayed in last night, and it is like stand out prominently here in that district. But it's beautiful. From you can see now, especially knowing that it's yours, you can see your skyship up there, and it's kind of like a unique new perspective of this gift that you were given. Climbing up into the next section, you come to this upper platform, and indeed you can see now the dam-like cliffs that break up the lake to each side as you're kind of climbing up the steps and looking out at the distance. And there are like sections of carefully cultivated waterfalls that just fall down. You do see a couple of platforms, and you swear you see a ship that's kind of being carried up from a lower platform on a large stone slab with just a faint bit of sigil glows around it. It looks like some sort of arcane lift that is lifting larger boats from lower parts of the water to the upper portions of it as it slides back into the water, and the boat kind of takes to the lake and finds its way
So they get to water slide down, and
they
there's
get
arcane
lifted up as they
elevators
need
up.
Badass. That's cool.
to. Kind of, yeah, that you put it that way. Now coming into the Dominion Ring. This This is the upper northern region.
Upper deck.
Yes, indeed. This is certainly considered the most erudite portion of the city. It is the governance of the entire region of Eshanador. And you, at this point, like, you're used to the bustling mix of people in different cities. Exandria is definitely a world of, for the most part, sharing of cultures, and central cities seem to have a fair mix of the nearby cultures. This city is predominantly orc. I'd say probably a third of the people that you've come across, if not more, are pureblood orc or half orc, or some Unia variation, almost bordering on half of them. And looking around a lot of the architecture, looking around a lot of the statues of founders of the city and previous, historical figures that are, being held here as important points of memorial, are for the most part also orcish or of orcish blood. And so you see, as you kind of step up into the Dominion Ring, already on each side of the main staircases, there are these massive 10-foot tall statues of, one is a male orc, the other's female, and they're both like in big, long, almost Roman robes over one shoulder that kind of drift past their feet and kind of dangle off the top of the steps, all carved from stone. The man you see is like, one arm is kind of behind the back, and the other one's holding this sprig of some leaf in his hand. The woman across the way is holding a sword that is facing down in front of her with the same arm behind her back, and they both just kind of overlook the lower rings of the city. Within this walkway, you can already be taken aback by the numerous towers and structures, these large domed buildings, and what look to be bursts of garden throughout the Dominion Ring. This is definitely where the affluent might live, but this is also where the larger places of study would reside. At which point, Mr. Landon Krishaw says, so this, on the far northern side, you see that massive palace up there. That is the seat of valor. And you kind of glance at this look, and you can see it is kind of built central to this long walkway, this wide thoroughfare that carves the entirety of the Dominion Ring to the far inside. It is There are, numerous like small benches and carts and small buildings along the side, but it is comparable to the rest of the dense kind of sides of the ring's structures and buildings. It is left like a nearly open path to this gargantuan palace of turquoise and bronze domes of different height levels. You can see rising white towers and pillared walls, and even at just this distance, the glances you can see, it's beautiful, if, slightly intimidating. This is the home of the Court of the Lambent Path. This is the court that maintains, oversees, governs all of Shenandoah. Over there, and points to the right-hand side, there is a massive rose-colored and white marbled amphitheater. Just this large kind of circular amphitheater that is going to open to the sky. That is the Rose Marble Amphitheater. This is where major events, contests, presentations, debates, philosophical discussions that are not specific to any of the various colleges transpire, as well as for the very, very rich, weddings and parties. I've snuck into a few of them, and to be honest, it's a bit too much space unless you invited the entire city. But anyway, onward. We're going past, this is the EOS Library of the Cobalt Soul, here to the left. This kind of glances up, and you can see this incredible it's like a magnificent towering structure, and it's architecture in sandstone-colored pillars with gilded edges. There is this point there. Sorry, I'm trying to get a description here. You can see here the massive campus of the Adinian Seminary. This cloistered section of the central building, surrounded by a network of garden walls, stand about maybe 3 large, imposing college buildings of uniquely different types of architecture. One is a massive, almost like a stronghold of halls and classrooms that itself is topped by a number of small towers that all have different heights and kind of give this unique, I want to say almost like castle aesthetic, though it all matches that same kind of like dreary, light blue gray coloration to it. Inside the courtyard, there are numerous sprawling gardens and hedges, and you can see students wandering through, having conversations, moving from class to class. You can see there the 2 other large buildings one has like a dark maroon coloration. One has almost a faint lavender, like purple color to it. But they're all connected by a series of walkways, kind of like different overlapping skyways that move between the buildings. And throughout this courtyard, there are freestanding stone archways that are just there for decoration, walking through. There are numerous statues of different figures from the history of the seminary. And you see throughout this continuous banner that you assume would be the seminary seal. Most banners are burgundy with the symbol of a blossom growing from and entwined with an empty nautilus shell.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. The front building, you can see the prominent entrance, the main central structure, sitting above a set of about 50 or so stairs that kind of slowly pinch inward towards the front, where 2 sets of large gold leaf, red-colored wooden doors remain partially open, each flanked by armored sentries of Eos. As you kind of ascend the stairs with Landon explaining about the seminary and kind of how long it's been here and how it is in kind of a unique, let's say, a strong rivalry with the Tatriel Conservatory, which is in the Endeavor Ring, which we came from. There are 3 colleges as part of the city, but the seminary is certainly the crown jewel of learning within Eos, and probably one of the finest colleges in Exandria. It is the strongest rival to the major college in Ankarel, as well as those abroad. In fact, many of the top scholars of these colleges often get together at certain points during the year to have competitive debates and to both express their work and their study and tear down the others with logic and whatever else bullshit that individuals do that make up their lives in these halls. I wouldn't know. I don't go there.
Do they study magic there, or is it just science and?
Certainly are magic studies there as well, but like every college, there is a wide spread of interests. But magic and the creation of enchantment is a very important part of both city maintenance and for the power of the seat of Eos and the Shenandoah of the world. So I'm certainly very eager to maintain a ever consistent, growing new class of powerful mages to lift up the national banner and make it so we don't have to pay too much to move around.
I know.
What's the focus at the Tatriel Conservatory?
It is more of a, as you say, like a less expensive, more accessible college within the city. It's where I went. And it was more of based in the historical philosophy aspects that when the city's first was created. It was the first college here in the city, which holds the point of pride, even though the seminary has risen in more extreme prominence. But has a wide spread of different disciplines to be learned. I will say that the majority of the city's engineers tend to come from there, but I don't know if that's because they have better engineering and mathematical programming, or if it's more affordable to people, and so people tend to be more interested in doing so without settling themselves with extreme debt. But
he is such a good tour guide, by the way.
I mean, he knows a lot.
I know.
I told you, I'm good at my job. I was not about to let you down, huh?
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty impressed.
Just for my sake of visualization, did you say he has longish hair, like shoulder length hair, or did you say it was short?
No, it's kind of longish shoulder lengthish about there. Yeah, like a dark.
How many Mercers long is it? Is it like?
Is it like your length?
It's about a Mercer's long, but it's like it's wavier and a little more body. Yeah, there you go.
Does he ever wear it up in a top knot or a half knot?
You've only seen him wearing the hat, or when you take the hat off, it was just down. So no.
Okay.
Not Mercer right there. It's 1.25.
My God.
Oh God.
Lower scapula.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, here we are. I do not think that I can show you inside the building. It would be more your own journey to make. But if you know how long you will be here, if you'd like me to continue to show you around, or if this is your destination, I could always.
Where we're going? The observatory or the library?
A lot of times places
the
like
Omen
this.
Archive?
Right. A lot of times, well, at least at the Star Point Conservatory, they don't allow you to just waltz in. You have to have a letter of recommendation.
We have a letter, don't we?
I believe.
Letter of introduction, yes.
Yeah, great.
So that's
Ebenhold
wonderful.
Kai.
So yeah, do you happen to know where the I don't know, would it be the admissions building?
We're not going to go here.
No, but
students.
the offices.
Administration?
The
student loan office?
Administration. I
I
don't know. I didn't go to college, so I don't know what the fuck. But you know what I mean.
Wait for a semester.
He kind of gives you. I've not really been in the halls here, but I imagine if the top of those stairs within the main entryway, there's probably clerks there who can guide you to where you're looking for. I imagine.
Thank you.
No worries.
You'll wait here? You're still on the clock?
If you need me
Got
to
you
wait
all
here,
day?
that is as long as you need. You have not paid me yet.
I don't have money on that.
I do. Boy.
Weighing you down a little?
How much yeah. I just got a limp on one side. The bulge in this right
What
leg.
did you say? $5 gold a day?
5 gold for a half day, 8 for a full day.
That's right.
That is correct. So this would be a half day, or you can pay me 8 and keep me on retainer for the full.
Send him on any errands. Does he need to go find Lord Dorlalone?
One more time, please.
Lord Dorlalone?
I didn't quite catch that.
I don't think he goes on. Do you go on errands?
I'm not much of an errand page. I'm a guide.
He waits here.
I think all day is probably a pretty good idea.
Why
You've been
not?
so helpful so far. I'm gonna throw the 8 down. I'm just gonna throw 10 gold down.
10 gold down. Thank you very much.
Well, you know,
Greatly appreciated.
ludicrous.
Yes. Oh my
Since
god.
we've been walking with Landon for a few hours, are his HP way lower than Orum's? Does he seem like a regular fellow?
Yeah,
on
they're
the
way lower
streets?
than yours.
He's a brass dragon.
Assassin and stab me in the back.
345 HP.
Way out of your league. Yes, well, for that amount, I will stay here, I guess, amongst the garden until you need me.
Perfect. And yes, I figured that's an appropriate bonus because we can be very obnoxious and difficult to wrangle.
What?
You heard me.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
Okay. You all begin to ascend the stairs?
Yeah, we'll approach those big old doors.
Okay. You ascend,
direct approach.
climbing up the stairs,
So
you
the
know,
optimism are
midday sun coming down.
Swinging doors.
There's a sound that pierces the air.
Oh no.
What?
What?
I'm gonna glance up, and there's like these gargoyle creatures that are built up on the side front of the building, but they're perched up. In the back of the shadow, you see some sort of avian creature that begins to curve its head out of the shadow. You see this long, hooked, kind of somewhat scar-gnarled beak. This kind of cloudy eye, patches of
Inside.
missing
We need to go
feather.
inside right now. Inside right now. You know what's wrong.
This is not.
It
real.
immediately
inside right now.
trains in on you.
Why do you?
You gotta
Inside
be
right now. No! Wow!
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh my god.
So I can run.
There's the only way you could end an episode this ridiculous.
Yep.
This is legitimately. Oh
Not
my god.
FCG, but Sam
One
Riegel
cloudy eye?
was digging into my forearm.
Should have found you.
It's been tracking me for thousands of miles.
Shouldn't have flown so
This
high.
pigeon is gonna fuck you up.
$2. I want my $2.
Oh shit!
Yep.
What a
We showed
perfect
that
episode!
Who's boss?
What a
Oh my
perfect
God.
episode!
That was great.
That was
Might
so
be one
much
of our
fun.
greatest episodes
That
ever.
was an
Apologies.
absolute fucking blast. And
Lake 7. I don't know.
apologies for the chaos for those who couldn't follow, but God, we were having fun.
I got wonderful.
Not a shopping episode.
No.
But something else.
Something else it was.
Something else.
Not
But yeah.
quite a heist.
I believe we'll pick up from there next week, which I think will be our last episode of the year.
No.
That'll be our holiday send-off. But
Yeah, so are we all wearing like ugly sweaters? What are we doing?
Oh yeah, we should definitely holiday.
So coordinate, we'll figure it
We
out.
should all wear pajamas.
I'm wearing-
I love
pajamas.
Your sweaters.
Absolutely
We'll
not.
figure it out.
We've already been.
Travis wears a t-shirt.
Yeah, you know.
Like a t-shirt with a Santa Claus on.
Fantastic on.
No.
Oh yeah, best of.
Yeah.
We could just attach little reindeer between them and you could pretend to be Santa Claus with this. Yeah.
That's true.
That's a reuse right there.
That's a nightmare is what that is.
Yes.
The
worst.
But yeah, we'll call it there. Thank you so much for joining us for this absolute batshit chaos. We love you very much, and it's a Thursday. Good night.
And I thank you guys for joining me. That was Vlog Chaos. Stuff. Lovely town, though. Anyway, I thank you for joining me. This is Frina Riamentra, Elvish YouTuber, and I wish thee good fortune on the quest of life.